The third chapter of the James Bond saga was released in September of 1964 and quickly recouped its, at the time, impressive $3 million budget, eventually grossing 122 more. Directing his first of 4 Bond pictures, Guy Hamilton takes us along for the adventure in this playful, exciting, and action-packed adaptation of Ian Fleming's novel of the same name. Hardly a high-octane action film by today's standards, this adeptly made spy caper still excites almost 50 years later. Finally reaching full stride with the character, Sean Connery, in his most famous role, takes on the lead character of MI6 agent 007 with swagger, confidence, and charm, seducing no less than 3 ladies during this 110-minute picture. In this memorable installment, I vividly remember watching numerous times during my youth on annual basic cable marathons. Bond is pitted against the money-hungry Auric Goldfinger, a deliciously devious villain who has no issues killing his own guys to get the gold, both literally and figuratively. Goldfinger aims to rob America's largest gold depository in Fort Knox, and Her Majesty's best 00 agent is tasked by Bernard Lee as M to stop him. Besides being a genuinely entertaining, campy 60s flick, Goldfinger was, by all accounts, a pioneering effort, especially in respects to the second highest grossing film franchise of all time. Introducing such great staples like the extended cold open action sequence, the Q character, who counters Bond's whimsical behavior with new gadgets and exposition, the lush and beautiful Bond girls, featured here with great tongue-in-cheek names like Tilly Masterson and Pussy Galore, the quirky sidekick villain who always gets in the hero's way, and the villain's overly elaborate method of execution, served up moments after explaining away his entire nefarious plot.
I think you've made your point, Goldfinger. Thank you for the demonstration.
Choose your next witticism carefully, Mr. Bond. It may be your last. The purpose of our 2 previous encounters is now very clear to me. I do not intend to be distracted by another. Good night, Mr. Bond.
Do you expect me to talk?
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. There is nothing you can talk to me about that I don't already know.
The acting from the all-star cast isn't Oscar-worthy, but considering the outlandish subject material in some sequences, it's more than believable. While it's important to judge a film's technical and visual achievements based on the time period it was created, Goldfinger curiously features jerky, sped-up footage and unnecessary projection screenshots, which unfortunately cheapen an otherwise adeptly made motion picture. On the flip side, however, the sound mix was great enough to score the Bond franchise its first Academy Award, which of course is supported by the terrific and instantly iconic James Bond theme by composer Monty Norman. Perhaps slow by today's standards, this film still moves along at a brisk pace, from one set piece to the next. From Bond catching Goldfinger cheating on the golf course, to him using his Aston Martin's ejector seat to rid himself of an uninvited henchman. Far too often, though, Bond is relegated to a bystander role, as he spends nearly half the film taking orders from his captors, leaving him more like a patsy witnessing the action rather than a secret agent involved in it. One curious plot point I noticed, though: why does Goldfinger waste so much time, money, and energy building scale models and flip-away pool tables to explain his involved heist to his financial backers, only to gas the bad guy convention moments later? A terrifically fun scene, but one that makes zero sense in context. A few years earlier, Dr. No brought Fleming's idealistic British agent to the big screen, but this thrilling and amusing picture was clearly the high watermark for Connery's 6th film involvement. Goldfinger, unadulterated, inventive excitement, quintessential Bond. Well, those are my thoughts on Goldfinger. Now let's see what you had to say about this picture in the YouTube comments. The Rate-O-Matic now to rank both my score and the audience's for Goldfinger. A 10 and a 9. Praising it as iconic, classic, and flawless, you clearly hold this film in high regard, rating it as amazing. Aging well and defining many of the trademark Bond elements for decades to come, it's hard to fault this film, but I'm still not convinced it deserves the highest score. I thought it was awesome though.